is
Zaza. Oh, yeah.
Fitzy and
Sweet as.
Whipper.
Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome.
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 Imagine if you found out something about your partner that you didn't expect, and you thought you knew them back to front. You thought you knew every little
Herpes?
detail. No.
Oh, no, you're not going that road.
Not their gender, because Tom, that was a surprise when your wife. She married you thinking you were a man.
No, no.
On further inspection on the wedding night, it's not the case.
Not
that I see gender in 2022. I don't.
I feel so uncomfortable.
I'm so sorry, Tom. I should apologise.
HR.
Which is a really bad start to the podcast. We couldn't even get through the intro without an HR issue.
I've got a headache. Oh, that hurts.
You right?
I feel so uncomfortable being.
Is that why you're going to the... It's not even called HR in this building, mate.
What is it?
The
PX?
people... What is
PX?
it? People experience?
Yeah, PX, people experience team. So they look after all the experiences.
Wouldn't that be PE then?
People experience? That's what I would have
Yeah,
thought. Why
yeah.
X? X-rated because you got done for doing sneaky nuts in a Christmas photo?
Oh, how dare you. That was unconfirmed. They weren't even mine.
Headache.
Enjoy the podcast. I think that went well.
The Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
Marriage can be tough. Divorce rate skyrocketing. I don't
you're
even know
right.
if it's changed. Has it changed? Has it gone up or is it kind of steady?
Will you find someone else, you think?
I
or-
hope so. Yeah, I hope so. No, I'm happily married. I love my wife. My wife's at home with the electrician, which is good. I hope they're getting on well.
Sparky.
All
She's trying to
hands.
sparky up her relationship, is she?
Hold on a tick. There it is. This young couple, Sana and Aidan, they got married and they ran into some issues. So Sana, this is the female, she decided to start chatting online to some other people, flirting, taking her interest in men online. She went under the title of Sweetie. Just Sweetie, not Sweetie Pie, just Sweetie. Kept it pretty short.
Sweetie, okay. Yeah.
She was chatting to some people, chatting to one guy in particular, and she said, I couldn't believe how I bonded with this man. We were both pouring our hearts out about our marital problems. So the other person she was chatting to was also married. So then she said, I can't believe I've found somebody outside of my marriage that is a better fit than the person I'm currently living with and married to.
You're telling yourself this, aren't you?
The other person felt the same. They said, we are a perfect match for each other. And they finally decided to meet up in person.
Son, I'm meeting up with you.
You know what I mean? How about we take things to the real life instead of online? So they finally met in person.
Yeah.
It wasn't a happy ending because the guy that turned up, who was known online as the Prince of Joy, was actually Aidan, her husband.
Oh.
So she had no idea that she had been talking to Aidan, the Prince of Joy.
Did he know?
No.
So
So
the two of
he's
them
chatting away online as well
Right.
to the girl
I'm not
in
happy
another room.
in my marriage.
And they're both going, oh, God, I can't believe I found somebody because who I'm with now is a stinker, but it's the same person.
Oh, imagine some of the slagging off that you've had with your about your partner online.
I don't know. I feel like they've finally been honest with each other.
Yeah, well-
You've been honest about your problems, and then you've shown your best self to this
I'm with
stranger.
you, Says.
I sort of feel like with a little bit of therapy, this might be the strongest relationship they know.
No.
See, Sana said she thought she had found the love of her life.
Well, you had.
And he spoke to me. He wrote the things with tenderness, all the expressions, something I'd never had in my marriage.
See, so he has it inside of him.
Yes.
He just obviously, for some reason, wasn't showing it. Maybe he didn't feel confident in that.
You thought he would have showed that side at least at the start of the marriage.
Physical attraction, though, is probably not there. That's the thing. You know, when you've been in relationships before and you look at that person and go, ugh.
But that's usually triggered, I reckon, when you start to see them as an ugly person.
Agreed.
Then you physically find
you can look
them
past
off.
that.
Yeah, absolutely.
He said, I thought I'd met my ideal woman. only to find out it was the same person I was married
It
to.
is your ideal
I
woman.
agree, Says. I
Yes.
reckon this is the biggest wake-up call.
Totally.
For one, the chance and coincidence is something, so you'd probably look into that going, why
universe.
have we been brought back together like this? And now I've been offered a second chance because she now knows me better than she's ever known me before because
Yeah.
I've revealed all.
So be
shut
clear.
up and kiss me, you fool.
There was an accidental meetup. He
Yeah.
wasn't just playing her, going, "I know that this."
No.
and he's- Ah, they were both- That is wild.
I mean, the odds, the coincidence of it is very. I mean, for it to happen. But what I'm thinking is, if you're friends of this couple and you can see that it's falling apart, imagine if you could set it up like that.
Yeah.
So you get one friend to say to her, "Hey, you know what? Why don't you go on this website?
Go have a look.
Have a chat to someone, see what's out there." While a friend of the guy does the exact same thing.
the old
to
parent
see
trap.
if it works.
Yeah, the Prince of Joy. You know what I mean?
Prince of
I like it.
Do we know where they're at?
No, it fell apart. He turned up with a rose. She turned up and said, "Oh my God, you've been cheating on me." And he went, "Oh, hang on a minute, so was you."
And now Harry Styles has continued with his tour and Olivia
Yeah.
Wilde's still doing movies.
And it's really strange that this has been revealed and you didn't make your e-news, sis.
No, I know.
It's time to stop putting off your trips and start celebrating summer with an amazing getaway.
Whatif.com has all kinds of accommodation options all around Australia.
Check them out on the What If app.
What if? It's Aussie for travel. We're not talking about OnlyFans here. We're talking about Instagram. And would you pay to follow your favourite people? Would you pay a monthly fee to see more content and what might be considered behind the scenes, an exclusive insight into what that person's
No
doing?
thanks. No thanks.
Depends if you like them or not.
I don't know. Like, I like you, but I don't think I'd pay to see what you put up.
Well, that would be
Absolutely
different.
not.
We spend a lot of time together and therefore you know all the behind the scenes.
Well, a whipper actually pays us to follow him.
Yeah, I do. $1 a day.
Not us, all those bots.
This is interesting. Overnight and headlining, WAG Becca Judd is selling exclusive content to subscribers and uses this new feature at $7.49 a month. So you'll be able to see what goes on behind the scenes. She goes on to talk about if it's a photo shoot, you'll see that. If it's a product launch, you'll see more content of behind the scenes. So she went on to say, because I didn't even realise this was available on Instagram, she went on to say that she actually follows a couple of people in the US and pays a subscription format to see more of
well,
their
if she's
content.
doing it then, that's okay.
She's just pointing out that it does exist and has been going on for a while. And I like Beck. I know Beck, and she's got 775,000 followers.
Right.
So if you want to run the numbers on that, at $7.49 a month, if just 1% of her followers take up that option to subscribe, you're at $58,000 a month.
It's pretty good, isn't it? And you would
10%
suspect,
says...
with all of those followers, they would want to see her behind the scenes.
Yeah, they
Well,
would.
It would be that huge.
Just
proportion.
1%. If she just gets 1%. 10%, you're at $580,000 a month. $580,000 a month.
I don't know.
I'm sure there'll
I
be a couple of clips of the ticket along the way, but
personally, you feel a bit angry that you have to pay to see content. You
But
can
it
see it anyway on an
depends,
Instagram account.
if you look at what Beck already offers on her, and she shows everybody an insight into her family and her life, but you would need to be, and I reckon this is what it'll turn into. So if you're a Beck Judd fan, and she's making that much money, and that's only from the subscription service, so all the other branded content out there that she does, for other brands and shopping centres, so that's
She
more...
gets paid for that.
Massive money
Massive
coming
amount,
in,
yeah.
right? So this is on top of it. You'd be looking at creating a reality TV series that exists on Instagram, because you would hire somebody full time to follow you around with a camera and create the content,
Well, you'd
edit
have
it,
to,
and put it
wouldn't
up.
you?
You'd have to,
Yeah.
which would be nothing compared to the money that you'd be generating. So what you'd be getting, I think, by subscribing to one of someone like Beck is a full reel of a day in the life of.
Yeah, but see, you're already... I mean, we're paying Netflix, we're paying Stan, we're paying... there's so many things in our lives already. Even like, news.com.au, you need to pay for content now.
Yeah, but if you went, okay, who do I really love? Adelaide Football Club, right? If I can pay $7.49 and I get a daily update,
No,
I'm
a member.
Yeah, I know.
I pay the membership fee.
But if you want a daily update on what's going on at the training and behind the scenes and in the rooms, if you considered it exclusive content that you couldn't get anywhere else, then I reckon you would.
No, I'd be angry that they're asking me to pay for that. Like, I'm a member and a supporter of the club.
I think it varies between the level of fan. Like, you would probably know enough, but if you were just someone
if
who
you're
was
a
a passionate fan who didn't have access to the information you do through your job and your involvement with the club, you probably would
You probably
pay it.
would, wouldn't you?
Yeah, like if you...
But the thing that gets me angry is that you are getting that now on their Instagram account. You're seeing
To an
that
extent.
now.
But there'll be more.
When they have to monetize it and say, well, now you've got to pay for it, that's what makes me angry, because we're going to get to a point where we're going to have 50 different subscriptions in our lives.
Yeah, no. Everything will be subscribed. We won't own anything.
Yeah.
Majority of Australians can't even pay their electrical bills.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's almost like when Instagram, of course, is the photos you choose to put up. So it's a front. We all know that. It's a front. It's not behind the scenes. And it's what we want carefully curated with filters and to create an image, right? If you want outside of that, and you want the more raw, then I think that's what you'd get from a
Don't think
subscription.
You're not getting a raw.
You need to be getting a raw,
it would be even more curated. As you said, she would be walking
She's
around
not
with
doing,
a film crew.
hey,
and
Beck, it's Beck Judd here. I'm just sitting on the toilet.
but that's what I mean.
No,
So
but
it's
it'd
still curated. Don't be ignorant to that.
No,
but
still
it will
curated,
there'll just
yeah.
be more of it.
But if it's her cooking in the kitchen and sitting down with the kids and here's that and Chris is there and...
Well, do you reckon he'd love that?
No, not at all. I tell you
Maybe
what,
for a price.
he'd love the pay packet.
Massive money.
Yeah, but what, you've got someone following you around with a camera the whole time.
Oh, for certain events, yeah.
I think your point's valid, Fitz. A lot of people can't afford health insurance.
No, I
things
wouldn't
like
bother.
That, and yet, how many people have a Netflix? As
I
you
like
say.
that Fitz as well, who literally lived in the Big Brother house for a while. It was like, you're just being filmed the whole time. That sounds ludicrous.
That doesn't make sense.
No, but just around your everyday with your family.
What about the bands that you love, right? If you got your favourite bands, and all of a sudden, through Instagram, you can pay under $10 a month, and you can see them on tour, updates of what's going on, and behind the scenes raw footage of them kicking back, backstage, all of that. You might be interested.
No, I'll just buy a ticket and go watch them play live.
Well, you can't because they're not playing in Australia. So this way you can actually see them monthly on what's going on.
Well, yeah, I'm not following.
But you maybe not you, but other people. I can see how
I can see how it would work.
Yeah.
It's just going to lead to a world of people who now go, not only do they have glamorous opportunities, if their whole life is curated, and you compare Beck Judd's curated life to your own, people will just be so eternally dissatisfied with their own existence.
That is a risk.
It's the same as watching a reality TV show. If you're watching the Kardashians or you're watching any of those shows out of the States where the lifestyle is extreme, you're watching it not only for the property porn, but it's also the jewellery and the escapism you get from those reality shows.
Totally
sad.
agree. The difference being that the smaller that the person gets and the more the closer to home it gets, the more you go, oh, yeah, well, they just live down the street and they've got this and I don't have this and now I've got to feel like I've got to have it.
That's an issue with society in general, isn't it, though? That
worst.
everyone's busy watching it.
But if you had a night out, MDG, and if I subscribed to you and it was probably 50 cents a month, I'd love to watch on, mate. Fly on the wall, MDG, dance floor
Well,
stars.
that's a whole other figure, isn't it?
There he goes.
That's a lifestyle documentary, right?
He's going to be wearing those chinos.
Oh my God, there's a buffalo tattoo on his arm.
Ah, well, now that is a good idea.
The Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
Hey, let's talk proposals, right? Because for me personally, it was a big thing to keep it a surprise. I didn't even want BJ to know that I'd, had been ring shopping or that I was going to do it. And you know what? It's nerve-wracking. It really is. Then there's also the element of leaving it for too long and everyone's going, God, you got to do it. You know who I think about quite a bit at the moment is Andy Lee. Because everyone's going, when's Andy going to propose to Beck?
Anytime he puts a photo on Instagram.
And I think now he gets sick of the questions so much.
Of course he would.
I think he's pushing back, going, you know what? Well, I won't do it for a few years. I'll do it when I'm ready.
When I want to.
It's been too long. So the thing is, you want to make it such a special moment. And I don't get me wrong, I know it doesn't always work out like that. You want to make it such a special moment that, that you remember forever. And luckily mine was, Sarah, but it doesn't always happen like that. A woman has gone on the internet. This has gone viral. She's been left feeling very guilty after she accidentally found the engagement ring that her boyfriend had been hiding from her. But she didn't know whether to confess or act shocked when he proposed. So she was going to a function and she needed a pair of plain black socks.
Yep.
She didn't have any in her drawer, so she went to her partner's sock drawer. She got more than she bargained for.
I mean, sloppy to hide the ring there to start with.
Why?
Because she can access it. Never keep it somewhere where she could access
Well,
it.
she's not. You wouldn't think she's
And
going
then
through your socks.
She's got the danger, right? What if she does the washing and she's putting socks back in the drawer? Then you've got the danger of her finding it and thinking, oh, God, if he doesn't do it in the next month or so, well, maybe he's changed his mind.
Do you know what she did? That this is even worse. I think this is worse than finding the ring.
She took the socks.
Her sister rang 5 minutes later about something else. Had no idea, and she was just she was so flustered. She told her sister, who then told the rest of the family. Completely ruined the proposal.
I would have broken up with her.
Poor bloke. He would have been trying so hard.
But why? I mean, how long has it been there, too, says? That's the other
It
thing.
could have been there a day. Maybe he picked it up that morning.
Could have been there a year.
She said, I felt so bad. I love surprises, and now I feel like I've ruined it for both of us. I wouldn't have expected it at all, so I just wanted to make it a complete surprise.
Can you imagine the overacting that would then go on? When
and
he
it's-
books a restaurant in a table for two in a nice setting in a courtyard or something in their favourite restaurant, can you imagine what she's
I know.
thinking? Oh, she's checking whether there's a bulge in his pocket.
'Cause BJ
Could this be it?
My wife is the worst actress of all time. And when I give her a setup for a prank or something with the kids or something like that, her overacting.
Oh, yeah.
And the kids pick it up straight away. What's going on?
Yep.
Mum's acting weird.
I mean,
What's gonna fall on us?
imagine if they go on a holiday to Paris and he actually has to bend down to do his shoe up. She's going to be going, oh, my God, no
Yes, I love you.
way.
Lenny's giving us a call from Wollongong. How was your proposal ruined, Lenny?
I went to the mailbox to get the mail, and I got back and my husband's on the lounge. Husband now on the lounge, and I said, "Do you want me to? I'll open the mail for you." He goes, "Oh, what is it? Check it." And I opened it. It was a thank you card, and I opened it up and I went, "Thank you very much for the purchase of your engagement." And he goes, and he let every swear word out of his mouth. Are you kidding?
Aw.
Who sends a card?
Yeah, so true.
Who
What a
does
stupid
send a
thing to
card?
do.
You idiot.
But see, that was his fault getting you to open the
But
letter.
who would have expected a jeweler to send you a thank you note for a
I mean,
purchase?
it's known too that a guy will have the jeweller's number in his phone under a doctor
Yeah.
or something like that. And then you have the best friend who you might be cross-checking the type of diamond with. You'll have her name under something else and pretend it's someone from work. There's a whole lot of act that goes into it.
Sounds like the cheater over here in the corner. Karen in Picton, did you ruin your own proposal?
I did ruin my proposal. Just the night before my 21st birthday, my girlfriends told me that my boyfriend at the time had told everybody that he was going to ask me to get engaged without us even talking about me being ready for an engagement. So I had to confront him the night before the 21st and say that I knew that that's what he had planned.
Yeah.
And I didn't really want to be put in a spot in front of all my family and friends.
What about your girlfriends, though?
Yeah.
I know.
Bringing
It
you
was like-
straight away.
They did, because everybody knew but me, and I just wasn't ready. I didn't think it was the right time for us, but everybody knew. Everybody that was attending knew, and they felt that they needed to give me the heads up.
So did it end up happening at some stage? Are you still with this man?
No.
What a disaster,
No.
21st.
Did you want to marry him, Karen?
I wasn't ready. No.
Are you married now, Karen?
No, I'm not.
Looking
Karen.
back, would you have liked to have married him a bit?
No,
You
no.
gotta be
I
100.
knew deep down that he wasn't the man for me, and I just thought, it was hard for the girls to tell me, but I guess,
Well,
I just wouldn't have.
on hearing your voice, he's called through.
No, it's not at all. God, it's not very. There's not many Karens out there that are not married, is there?
No. When you find a Karen, you hold on to a
Hold on
Karen.
to 'em. Tian's given us a call from Penrith. How was your proposal ruined, Tian?
Yeah, hi. I had an idea that my fiancé was going to propose, and we were camping, and we went down to the beach. So I set up a really nice picnic and a grazing board, a few drinks, and I made it really close to the water so the photos would turn out nice. And just before he was about to propose, the tide came up and the waves took the whole picnic, covered me, covered our 5-year-old daughter, and the proposal was washed away. So we went, packed up, got changed, and he just proposed back at camp.
Oh, it's just a bit of a half-assed...
Yes, that's the camp chairs floating down the river. I mean, it'd be like, Tiana, I don't know if you know, a friend of mine, she had gastro at the time that he proposed.
It was only mild, just I know this friend too.
Look, she's a great bird. It didn't work out.
Yeah, it wasn't meant to be.
She was in the fetal position on the bed. He said, what about marriage?
We're in Hawaii though, so it felt romantic, I guess.
She had to run to the bathroom again, and anyway.
Terrible idea when someone's doubled over to drop an A.
There was a couple of rings that day where they were getting a workout, wasn't there?
Okay, mate. You're going to need to spell it out.
I don't know which one cost more.
Oh.
My God, the doctor's bills were through the roof.
The Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
Do you know what? We were talking about this the other day. The feeling for HSC students that the exams are over, even though there's probably an element that you're going, I didn't do too well, but it's that the monkey's off the back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what? You can relax now. Schoolies this weekend. I think New South Wales kids are going up to the Gold Coast. It's all done and dusted. I mean, there's so much studying that goes into these exams, and there are, without a doubt, questions that you look at and go, oh my God, when were we taught that?
I know, and then you have to read the question again, trying to make sense of the question before you try and make sense of your answer. Not for me, mate. Wasn't for me.
Huey's in Year 7 at the moment, and I mean, we didn't have exams but I think what they do is they just get them into the routine of studying and getting ready for exams at the end of the year with everything that you've learnt from the year. Because every day I'm coming home, I go, how'd you go today? And he'll give me a rating. He'll go, yeah, I reckon I got around about 80%. Really confident with his French. Okay. Even though he said, I'm not really into French, Dad. I don't know, I don't really get along with the teacher too well, but he was really confident with his exam. And I said, that's really good, buddy.
Love that.
I said, how'd you go with the other ones? He goes, I did religious studies. He goes, have you heard of a dude called Moses?
A dude.
Awesome. Heard of some funky dude called Moses?
He didn't write down that it was Chris Martin's son, did he? That's one of their kids.
Kids probably wouldn't know that. And I said, what was the question? And he said, basically it said, write everything that you know about Moses. And I said, well, if you don't know who he is, what did you write as an answer? And he wrote, he's in the Bible.
I mean,
he's not wrong.
Not wrong.
I went, that's not bad. He said, I don't think I got it right because I've got to write a paragraph on it. Like we had to write
parting of the seas.
Yes.
I mean, that's all anyone knows about Moses, isn't it?
Well,
the guts of Moses is just the parting.
Moses was basically the PA for God, wasn't he?
For God?
Imagine if you'd written that. He was basically the PA for God.
He was. I mean, God gave him the commandments. Like, he gave him some pretty big responsibilities.
So he had basic admin. Yeah. Is that what you're suggesting?
Doing coffees and
stuff.
stuff.
Picked up dry cleaning.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what he did.
Parting of the seas was a pretty good effort. I mean, that's a party trick that anyone would love to have.
Oh, my God. That was a massive story.
I said, was there any other answers or any other questions on Moses? He said, yeah, there was another one. Why is Moses an influential figure? And he said, oh, Dad, I didn't know. I can't remember learning about Moses. So Huey just wrote down, because he was the first Catholic.
I mean, he's had a swing.
I mean, you got to have a swing. Throw in some keywords, a couple of buzzwords.
This is the thing. Like with your exams, I mean, you're pretty confident. You know, you're always taught, go through, if there's one, don't get stuck on one question.
Yeah.
If you're not sure, you can always come back at the end because you only always have a time limit. But there is a moment where you're confident, you're getting through these questions. Yep, oh, this is great. I'm doing really well. I studied that. That's awesome. And then you get to a certain question and go, what?
Do you know what? In our Year 9 exam, there was a question where we had to draw a example of impact. We had to draw an example of impact, and the movie
God, that's tough.
JFK had just come out.
Well, so you could draw.
Are you kidding?
What?
You drew the car scene?
Awesome.
So I drew JFK. being shot.
Just the head flung back.
That was a major
And
impact.
I'd just seen the
suppose.
film like the weekend before. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously busy at home doing prep for the exam. This was in year 7.
What would you draw,
and
Seth?
then I got called. Like they did the exam, they looked at the papers afterwards. So next time it came round to that class, I was asked to stay behind, and they sat me down and went, Is something going on in your life?
No.
Are you upset? Why are you focused on death? What is... And I was like, guys,
Did you-
you wanted impact.
Yeah, what did
I
they
gave you a
want?
massive impact.
Was it just before the bullet went in, or was it the bullet the other
Bit of
side?
both. Yeah, that was that was in the next question about momentum. Sort of
I would have
Going
drawn
back in the
maybe a soccer ball being booted into someone's face.
I didn't think of the time,
Or a
mate.
slap.
Yeah, I was cruising.
Or a clap.
I was cruising
Two
through it,
hands
mate.
clapping.
I was
Tom,
busy.
what would you draw?
For impact,
Maybe, yeah. Like
shock on your wife's face at your dress sense.
Tom, that is quite... Oh, my... Tom, you would draw that. That is quite rude.
That is not.
But detailed and very artistic.
Well, let me just say you would not be walking the next
My
day.
God, Deep Impact, great film.
I'd go to ads at that point.
Felicity's given us a call from Wahroonga. Felicity, we're talking about exam questions. You don't know the answer, but your desperate attempt. What did you put down, Felicity?
Yeah, I was studying constitutional law, and I got to the end of the exam. I felt really unsure about my answer, so I just wrote, and it's the vibe of the thing, in reference to the castle, the movie.
Jeez.
It's the vibe.
It's the vibe
It
of the
is the
thing.
vibe of the thing.
It's well. That,
Yeah.
What was that out of? That was
the
out of
castle.
Castle. Yes.
Yep.
The castle.
Oh,
yeah,
see,
from
did-
constitutional law, it was relevant.
It's
you-
vibe, it's Marbo, it's the Constitution.
Did you get a humorous response, Felicity, or no one?
I actually got a good mark because my lecturer was obsessed with the castle.
Funny.
yes.
Yeah, I'd appreciate
I
it.
knew
I'd
my
laugh.
audience.
See, that's great. Let's go to Heidi in Kirrawee now. How did you pass your German exam, Heidi?
So whenever I came across a question that I didn't know, I just wrote the answer Ich weiß es nicht, which is German for I do not know.
That's good. That's
And
really good.
sometimes I get half a point just because it was a perfect German sentence.
Oh,
Wow.
Okay.
Add them up by the end of the paper and you've had a win. What's your German like now, Heidi?
Oh, it's okay. I can have a kind of conversation.
Okay, Fitzy speaks German.
Ich liebe dich, Heidi.
Danke schön.
Oh,
Liebe
thank
dich auch.
Yeah, well, am I saying it right? Mum used to say that to us when we'd go to bed every
Sounds a
night.
bit wrong.
But is Ich liebe dich right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Oh, that's
What
I
about
love
this
you.
one, Heidi? Das sind Alten, Fibsen, Fumsen.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
What is that one?
I'm not sure. I've just heard it around.
You're
I don't
just-
actually know.
You're making up your own language.
No, Fumsen, Sieben, Salben.
Where have you seen that?
That's not how they
Inglorious Bastards?
Yeah,
or-
I have. I think
And
it
that's
was.
counting.
Yeah, that's counting. All right.
Oh, there
Heidi,
you go.
okay. Culture vulture.
Thank you, Heidi.
The Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
It's last man standing. We have got 4 family passes to give away to Taronga Zoo.
2 people enter. Only 1 leaves.
Let's turn up the heat. And we're on.
60 seconds. On the clock. It's time to play. Last man standing.
And let's get the party started.
Experience a New Year's Eve of the wild kind at Taronga Zoo, Sydney. Tickets on sale now at taronga.org.au/NYE.
Lauren in Freshwater, you be loving this sun at the moment. How's Freshie going? People getting down to the beach, Loz?
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful in Freshwater, God's country.
Oh,
Yeah, of course it is.
And down there, we do
course
love
it
it.
is.
All right, now you've got to get past Leanne in Avoca Beach. How's the beach going down there, Leanne? Have you been busy?
Yes, I have been busy. It was beautiful to start the morning with a walk down here. It's great.
Great effort,
Beautiful.
Leanne.
All right, okay, Lauren's going first. You get one wrong, Lauren. Power goes over to Leanne. Whoever has the power at the end of 60 seconds, you get 4 family passes. You can take 3 of your favourite families with you to Taronga Zoo. This is worth over $600.
Jeez.
Here we go. Lauren, your 60 seconds starts now. What is the second letter of the alphabet?
E.
Yes. Is green a primary colour?
Yes.
No, it's not. Let's go to Leanne. Leanne, what is the highest the Powerball jackpot has reached in Australia?
10 million.
No, it was 160 million, Leanne. Back to Lauren. Lauren, who was the lead singer of the band Queen?
Oh, Freddie Mercury.
Yes, that is correct. What male sea creature gives birth to its young?
A seahorse.
Yeah, that is correct. In which country will you find Christ the Redeemer statue?
Portugal.
No, it's Brazil. Back to Leanne. Leanne, what is the name of the Socceroos captain?
Oh, no, it doesn't come to me, sorry.
Matthew Ryan. Back to Lauren. Lauren, which instrument does Lisa Simpson play in The Simpsons?
The saxophone.
That is correct. Qantas stands for Queensland and Northern Territory Aerial what?
Lauren, well done. You've got it. Congratulations.
Well done, Loz.
Well played, Loz. Thanks for playing, Leanne.
Thank you.
Well done, ladies. Experience a New Year's Eve. This is going to be big. I'm really looking forward to this. Experience a New Year's Eve of the wild kind at Taronga Zoo, Sydney. Tickets are on sale now at taronga.org.au/NYE.
The Fitzy and Whipper Podcast.
Let me sing that song. Song.
Yes, it is, guys. One word, put it into a song. That is how you win today's game. Very simple as we stream live on the Fitzy and Whipper Facebook page. Anyone tuning in from Brum in the UK at this stage, Tom?
Yes, Stephen in my Brum. He is ready to go. As well as Jonathan's in Ballarat this morning.
Okay, Jono.
Full part of
all the way down the road. And we've got Andrew in South Dakota. We've got Kenneth in Toronto.
Hey, Kenneth.
Dakota.
And Denial is on the Gold Coast.
Denial?
Yeah, well, it's Daniel, but spelled with D-A-N-I-A-L. Yeah, ready to go.
All right, here we go, guys. Can't go the first round. This is a bit of a warm-up. The word is love.
Love.
All you need is love.
Love. Love.
Love. That'll do. MDG. Some more.
That was the same song, wasn't it?
Can't find the love. Can't stop the love.
Can't hurry, love.
You can't hurry, love. It's a game of give and take.
And love changes everything. From a musical.
Right.
Love.
Oh,
Tommy
Gone Black Eyed Peas.
And you sing that song, Love Changes Everything.
Exactly.
Is
That's
that
the one.
song you're after?
Yep.
That's the one, says. We hold back on you singing. Everybody else's welcome. Management request. Okay, you
No
can
longer our boss.
you can go you can go out from this round on. The word is rock.
Rock this party.
Yes.
I want to rock all night and party every day.
We Will Rock You by Queen.
Queen, well done.
I Am a Rock by Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh, well done, Tom. Well done. Everybody sneaks through. What do you got, Rocky Body? Thank you, Macca. Turn it right up. Great song. Awesome. Here we go, guys. The word is sorry.
Sorry, Justin Bieber.
Tom.
Hello from Adele. To tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart.
Sorry. Again, remember that request from management.
Sorry is.
Well, you look like you were going to get it.
I'm
Sorry is the...
Sorry, I'm out.
Oh, no way. That's not a song.
Sorry,
Sorry
I think I have
seems to be the hardest word. Song.
Yes. Demi Lovato.
Okay.
Ah, damn. This was my wedding one.
What about Sorry for Party Rocking?
What's that
Do you have
song?
that? LMFAO. Because if you don't know this song, massive.
Never
Party
heard that song.
rocking.
Sorry that I've never heard of that.
I'm sorry, there's two bald gents that leave us at this stage of the game. Tom v. Sarah, head to head. Here we go. The word is down.
Down by Jay Sean.
Down.
We're going down, down, baby. Something. You know that song? Is it Shaggy or?
I know which one you mean.
You know, Nelly.
No,
It's
no.
Nelly.
No, Down, Down, Baby. Isn't that from the movie Big? Down, down, baby. Down, 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 down.
Either way, we believe you. You are both through. You've convinced us. That's your Jay Sean, isn't it, Tommy? How good is that? Land Down Under would have been an obvious one. Oh, it's the local anthem. Here we go. The word is fire.
Set fire to the rain.
Well done to
Adele.
Lorraine.
Relight my fire.
Relight my fire.
Yeah, Boyzone, wasn't it?
Flying. Well done, you two, as we move through the round. I know, Tom, you're trying to push through to the news, but this is a fun game. Stop harassing the host. The word is goodbye.
Goodbye, my lover, James Blunt.
Says.
Bye. Something by Adele's would take a bye.
Oh, you
can't do that, mate.
Adele at the moment.
Yeah, I am a bit, aren't I? That's all the ghost stories on her in Vegas. Goodbye.
If there's anything you with us, are you saying goodbye? Yes,
Goodbye.
yourself. That is it, done and dusted. Tommy wins on a James Blunt classic.
Oh, what a guy. Sound of Music. So long, farewell.
Frida saying.
Yeah.
Saying goodbye.
Where was that
goodbye, the
12
Beatles.
seconds earlier? Thanks, Fitz.
Do you know what I mean? Thomas Bryan Ivy, congratulations, you've nailed it.
The Fitzy and Whipper Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.